started this a few minutes ago, so we're already losing daytime, and we need to explain the rules. So,
Yes, the rules.
first of all, it's called Chunkspansion. It's an idea that we've had for several years, I believe, at this point. And
Yep, off and on. Here, I'll turn on the Chunkspansion right now. Oh, I'm right in the corner. Oh, I was on the edge.
F3G, right? So the idea was that
we used to play Minecraft quite a bit, and we would just get super carried away, and it'd be like, I don't know, the game would just be weird because we just run thousands of blocks in every direction and just never finish a project. And we thought that it was because we were moving too fast.
It's because we got too good at Minecraft.
yeah, well, I'm not sure about good, but
You're just
we definitely got
Good at like the basics of Minecraft, like learning how to just live, basically, right? I mean, we didn't go into the end and kill the dragon or do any of this stuff, but we were damn good at making dirt huts and finding food, and that was basically becoming quite boring. And
exactly.
so we had this thought, because we like to well, I always like to make things harder for myself in any video game. I torture myself a little bit that way.
Yeah, a little sadistic.
yeah.
And I thought it'd be fun if maybe we slowed ourselves down by actually not allowing us to move around that much. And because Minecraft's
Not allowing the expansion to just run rampant.
Despite the title being Chunkspansion, but yes,
we basically, because of the game being built in chunks, figured if we just limit ourselves at least initially to one chunk, and then we have some sort of, I don't know, like a limit that we can reach before we can go to the next one, it would not only slow us down and allow us to actually like work on nicer buildings and stuff like that, but it would also make things harder, and we would be better utilizing our space. Because I found also that before we would just run everywhere and there would just be like just so much empty space. So now every chunk will be precious because all these resources and everything, even just simple farming, gets hard when you don't have as much land. It's kind of like real life, right? You don't have all the land you want.
No, you have to work within your means, and if anything, it's this idea that what's the expression that constraints breed innovation? No, that's not the expression. You know what I mean.
take life by the chunk.
No, not take life by the chunk, but that is very good. That's a good merch idea. We can put that on a lot of t-shirts.
Yeah. Okay. Nobody steal that. All right.
Yeah. No.
One chunk at a time.
That's another good merch t-shirt.
Man.
Yeah, it's all coming together now.
I can do this all day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the description. So yeah,
I think we decided in the end that it would be based on levels, and we're gonna have to work on that again. At one point I went hardcore into this and like looked at how levels work in the game and how the exponential XP stuff worked, and I found out the most balanced possible way to do it, because the first 5 levels are not hard to get, but if you said it was always 5 levels, eventually you're gonna have a really hard time moving anywhere. So it was like a tiered system. Oh shit, kill him, he's here.
don't you dare go out of the chunk, you bastard.
Oh,
Yeah.
you keep coming back in. There we go.
Nice. So I don't remember. We'll have to figure that out later. We probably won't get that far today anyway. But basically, we're gonna have a certain amount of levels to reach before we can leave the chunk.
And then we'll be able to, kind of like a city builder or like a board game, we'll be able to expand into an adjacent chunk of our choice. But if you notice, we've also set the render distance low, so we can't really cheat and be like, oh, there's a mesa biome over there, that's where we want to go. No, we're basically only able to see 2 chunks in any direction. So
Yeah, it's very, very foggy.
it's kind of like, the fog of war in some games. And you see these sticks right here. I just can't have them.
Yep.
They're just right there, but I can't have them.
Those sticks don't exist.
No,
Don't you dare pick up those sticks, or I will punch you out of the chunk. You don't exist.
No, I won't. I don't. I still want to exist. I won't cross this yellow barrier.
Right. That is the world. I know if we were smarter and knew how to use mods, we could actually make this legit. And maybe one day, maybe somebody will watch us one day and be able to help us out with that. because there are ways, obviously, in the mod community to set those kind of rules, and that would be really cool in the future to have like, some sort of chest in the center of the first chunk that you have to go pay your levels into to the Chunkspansion gods.
Okay,
and
yeah.
then you could actually leave the chunk and move on. But for now, we just have to be, I guess, a little careful, and it's a scout's honor that we don't leave the chunk.
Oh no, that's no worries. You won't catch me leaving the chunk. Not for anything. No way. The rules are the rules.
So that means even if we're about to die, starve to death, and there's a pig right there, but he's not in the chunk. He's like, that pork is not for you.
Nope, can't happen.
I mean, if you're near the edge and the auto pickup stuff happens, whatever, as long as you are standing in.
Yeah, for sure.
This chunk.
Right, but this I'm not close enough for the auto pickup. I suppose I could try and like just edge my way over. I won't risk it. I won't risk it.
No, don't risk it.
You have water here? Oh,
There's
nice.
a little water
Oh,
cave under us.
And coal.
I wonder if we can fish in that. Then we might have a food source, because that's another problem with it. That's how this gets hard, because when you just play regular old Minecraft, it's like after a few days,
you got everything you could ever need, and
exactly, yeah.
I'm stuck.
But on the flip side, if we have absolutely nothing, well, then we're screwed.
Right. All right. Let's just get this. We're gonna die, so this will be the very short episode because we've just been chatting away. But we need to.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll build the house quickly.
We need a dirt hut.
I got a wood hut.
Oh shit! I got lots of wood. I just haven't done anything with it.
I just wanted to level this out a bit.
Sure.
And, I'm gonna try to expose our little lakefront here.
Yeah.
A little underground.
Maybe
spring.
If you can. I guess you can't get that coal, can you, without a pickaxe?
No, we'll have to.
Well, you can make a pickaxe.
We should do that.
Because then we can have torches.
Fire. Because yeah, the enemies get. This is another good thing about this, because you never leave your chunk. The difficulty of the monsters goes up to a certain point, and eventually we're gonna be getting like enchanted, enemies with enchantments and stuff coming at us every day. So you got us a little base. This is gonna have to be better, by the way. Like we are no longer gonna be allowed to just build in rectangles.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
I know, but one day you gotta, get away from that. You got like communist-looking buildings everywhere.
I'm sure every great, architect, design builder throughout history has started with rectangular huts.
Right. I obviously forget how to build this or play this game because I'm trying to just put a log on a stick.
It's making coal from that is tough. It's not straightforward.
Yeah. Okay. Also, for like a year, I started playing this on Xbox, so now I'm all screwed up because obviously it's quite different in terms of the controls for sure, and even other things are quite different in the other version. But
there we go. I was gonna say, I didn't know how the crafting chest worked.
Yeah, because we're noobs. Even though we used to play this years ago, I've never even seen half of the new features. Those dirt chunks are in.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I got some coal.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna actually build a campfire because they make a lot of light. I think I can do that.
Okay, sure.
Little book. I need to use a little book. There we go.
Making sticks like I've never made sticks before.
How do you get into the inventory again? E? No.
E. Yeah.
E? Yeah, E.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a short run. I can feel it.
Okay.
Hey.
There we go. At least we got some light.
Get a door on. Zombies might come after us, so
yeah, it's alright.
We can do the old dirt block.
Okay, good.
Okay. So now we're just gonna sit here for a minute because what else can you do at nighttime except for maybe make a mine? But we also have a hard time mining in a chunk because it's difficult unless you go straight down, in which you could risk dying and need lots of ladders, or else you have to do square spiral staircase, which
Yeah.
is not the most efficient way.
And unfortunately, I use like quite a lot of wood to make this structure, so I don't have any more left to build ladders. So we couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
I got some. But I don't know what to do.
Well, maybe explain again. Oops.
Please build some tools.
So the leveling, we were going to we'll expand chunks every 5 levels.
I think the first one was higher. I think it was like 10.
And then after that, it was, if I remember correctly, it was kind of like 10 for a bit for the first one. Then it was, I think, 7 or something, and then eventually it dropped down. I think at one point it becomes 1 if we get that higher level. But it's not based on, like, it is based on your actual level at the time, right? So if you trade in levels for something in the game, like enchantments, or if you die, we're gonna have to figure out how we want to deal with that, because we could be like really far into this and die, and then all of a sudden you basically get a chunk for free if it's just 10 levels and you've already, you know, got a farm with tons of stuff you can XP farm. But I mean, at that point, I think it's okay. You're in control of the game, but it'll take a lot longer to get there than it normally would.
Right, but I just remember in the past what we did was it was days based, and then even that it ran away from us a bit too quickly.
It did. Then we kind of like forget how many days we have and all that. I think we just start with levels. For now, we'll just call it 10 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing we have to remember is you have to actually like build paths and stuff. We want it to look nice.
Yeah, which we can do so long as we're building per chunk. Because yeah, it'll really constrain us.
And eventually, once we have the chunk boundary set up, we should put a fence or something so that we can actually get this debug screen off screen, so that everybody doesn't have to look at it constantly, because it is kind of distracting.
Well, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool looking. Looks like we work in some sort of crazy virtual world.
Yeah, I mean, the C's and the E's and the P's moving around up there.
Oh, well, you don't have to have the debug screen on.
Oh, you can actually take that off, huh? There you go.
You can have.
Will it still keep up the other thing?
Yeah, F3 and G is what keeps up the other thing. Not that we can see it right now.
Oh, well, look at that. I'm just dumb. Perfect.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so I had all the white text on screen the whole time.
Oh, I see.
My bad.
Did you end up getting more torches?
I didn't actually make a single torch. I just simply made...
Oh, you made the campfire.
Campfire, but I will make some torches, yeah.
I'm just going to aimlessly mine up some cobblestone. It's kind of the extent of my skills.
Right.
And of course, I wouldn't possibly think of replacing my wooden pickaxe with a cobblestone pickaxe right away, because I got to use that tool till it breaks.
Yeah, but you can cook it too. You can use it for wood.
I can? Oh.
Yeah, you can put it in the fire. In a fireplace. Not this fire, but when we make a furnace.
Oh, I can make that right now.
Yeah, if you got some stone, make a furnace.
Yep.
We can cook food on this fire if you want to put your pork on there.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Cooks for free.
How do I do that? Do I right?
You have to just like left click or something, or right click.
Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, that's it.
And it'll pop off when it's done.
Yeah, I like that. Places on the... Ow! 4 corners.
If you end up cooking yourself, I might eat you.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good we have a furnace, but I guess we'll have to get coal to properly do that.
I have 3 coal still, but we don't need it for anything yet. So.
No.
I have 6 spruce saplings as well, so I'll be able to plant some in the morning, and then we can actually
yeah, I have
replenish our wood supplies.
Yeah, I have 3 myself as well.
Right. So, I mean, okay, back to the, not necessarily rules, but the way we want to play this. I was thinking...
You know, it's okay if we want to get inspiration off the internet, because there's plenty of really cool, well-designed stuff there that people use for single chunk builds. Mm-hmm. And I think we could kind of make, you know, our take on some of those, and we could actually dedicate a chunk to a certain function. So like for instance, if this is our homestead, we got to build a base, but then maybe one day we want to have a farming chunk, so then we try to find like a 1 chunk farm build, and it would be cool because it'd be like a little micro farm. And then, you know, one day we want to make tools, we make like a blacksmith themed chunk, and it just goes on and on, right? We could basically dedicate a chunk to anything, really. We could just make one that's just like a big fighting pit where we just try to get enemies to come, like the Colosseum chunk.
Yes, yeah.
The micro Coliseum.
Well, I also remember we were dead set on making things as realistic as possible, right?
Yeah, and that too, for sure. Yeah, you don't need floating structures. And stuff.
No floating structures. I mean, we're not going to go around trying to repair the world. Uh-oh.
Shit. Well, I don't know. I mean, if you do see a weird floating block, you know, if you can get to it.
Well, I suppose if it's a weird floating block within our chunk
we're in,
yeah,
that's gonna be gone anyway.
Yeah. But like a mob grinder spawner, does that constitute real or no?
Yeah, but I mean, the likelihood of us finding one chunk by chunk, I mean, if we do, I would say that's okay.
Oh no, but can't you build them? You can build them yourself, I thought.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. I thought, how about we can't build a artificial one, but if we find a monster spawner block within a chunk, we can utilize that because it's naturally generated.
Okay, all right, yeah. Gotcha.
Because eventually, if you find a spawning block, you can basically do infinite leveling. You can just go crazy. Then we'd be expanding too fast again.
There's a skeleton.